We are here. We are ready to go. It is the first and really the only preseason game that will be occurring at Lincoln Financial Field. It is the Eagles' first home game of the 2024 season, and it's going to be a really good game here. Several things to bear in mind are that the Philadelphia Eagles will be for the first time playing Cooper DeJean on the field. He will be on the field as a part of at least for some stretch of the game. We don't know exactly where. He had been dealing with some injury over the summer, but he was able to get all that resolved, and he is now ready to go. So he participated in the joint practice against the Patriots, but he did not play in the actual game. And now he's going to be playing, so this will be our first opportunity to see him on the field. Welcome to Bird's Nest Media's coverage of this final preseason game of the Philadelphia Eagles preseason. It is the home game against the Minnesota Vikings. So this is going to be an interesting game. Last chance to see the starters. We don't know whether or not the starters are going to be playing. It's probable that they will not. The focus under the Nick Sirianni regime has been more on the joint practices than on the actual preseason games themselves. So this is going to be an opportunity really for some more of evaluation of the depth, and this is really the last opportunity that they have to do that because cut day is on Tuesday, so rosters will need to be down to the 53 players, and then the 16-member practice squad. So that will need to happen on Tuesday. We will definitely have content for you on that day, looking at the Eagles roster, looking at what is what this team has prioritized, and hopefully whether or not they've learned some lessons roster building wise, and what this team is officially going to look like as we move into the season. I'm Joe Donahue, by the way. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're looking to watch this game, watch the game footage. The game itself will be aired on NBC 10 in the Philadelphia area. I don't know where it's being aired in Minnesota. You can also catch it on NFL Plus Premium as the Eagles take the field for the first time in a game at Lincoln Financial Field this season. But throughout the game, definitely let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know who are the players that are standing out to you. Who are you hoping is going to make the team? That's a very real conversation as we move ever closer to Cup Day. So that's going to be important. And then just what are your thoughts about the Jahan Dotson trade? I know the Eagles had been looking for a wide receiver 3. They've been trying out a number of spots that they already had. Honestly, I think Howie continues in his responsibility to fleece other teams. This is the second major acquisition that the Eagles have had from within the division, which is also a huge impact here. But yeah, having Saquon and now Jahan Dotson, who was one of the top players for the Washington Commanders, coming in, being very likely he's going to be the number 3 receiver. You don't make a move like this to poach a star player from a division rival if he's not going to be if he's not going to be a starter. So he's probably going to be the number 3 receiver for the Eagles, which has been the flux question. And then we also have again, Cooper DeJean is going to be taking the field as well. He is suited up. He is padded up. He's ready to go. So we'll get our first look at him in game action today. So that's definitely something to be on the lookout for. It does look like the starters will not be playing. It looks like Jalen Hurts will not take the field because we've got the backups suited up, and I don't think that Jalen is, based off of the images that I've seen here. But we are just a few minutes away from kickoff, and things are good. Definitely feel free to like and subscribe to Bird's Nest Media. We're going to try to bring you Eagles content throughout the entirety of the season here, yeah, we are this close to the start of the regular season. Labor Day is coming up, and yeah, we're ready. I think the general sense among Eagles fans is let's get down to Brazil. Alrighty. What has been your big takeaways from the preseason so far? The big stat that, and training camp stats are not a thing, but the big thing that has been heralded was that Jalen Hurts went 305 passes in training camp without an interception. So there's definitely you have that element there. I do think, based off of the reports that I've been seeing coming out of training camp, that this team knows. I mean, this team knows what it has to do this year. It came into the offseason with a plan. It executed on the plan in the offseason. The players seem to be bought in more. I don't give a ton of stock to the Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni relationship challenges. I think more so a lot of those things have been maybe a little overblown. There certainly maybe was something there, but the Eagles also weren't winning. And winning tends to cure a lot of that kind of relationship issue. But you also have the fact that, I mean, there was kind of panic mode for a lot of people, and the Eagles seemed to be spinning their wheels on all fronts. So now they're not doing that, and I think we're in a relatively good spot here. So we'll see how things pan out once the season starts itself. But yeah, we're in a good spot. The Eagles made all the moves that they needed to. They got some depth. It looks like Jahan Dotson is going to come in and make an impact. It looks like we will see him today at least. So just a reminder about the kickoff rules as we get set to kick things off. And the Eagles will be kicking the ball away to start this game here. So the Vikings will get the ball to start first. Just a reminder about those kickoff rules. The kickoff will still occur from the 35. It has to land somewhere inside of the 20, the opposing team's 20. If it lands there or touches a player, it becomes a live ball, and anybody can recover it and advance it. So yeah, but the lineup now happens kind of at between the 40 and the 30-yard line ish. The 45 and the 35. I forget exactly where. We're all still getting used to this. They're telling us right now, so last season, 22% of kickoffs were returned. So far in the first 2 weeks of the preseason, 78% of kickoffs have returned. So if they have been returned, so if the goal is to increase returns, then yeah, they've done that. Yeah, so the lineup, the Eagles kicking the ball away line up at the opposing team's 40, and the Vikings receiving line up at their own 35. And the kick is away, and that's going to get fielded inside of the 10-yard line here, and that's going to get brought out to about the 27. And already we've got an injury on the field, so it's a big yikes there. Looks like that's going to be Jacob Harris, who's down on the injury thing. He's being tended to right now. The kickoff was fielded by Knowles and was brought out to the 27, so it was a 19-yard return. All right, yeah, they're looking at him. Yeah, he's limping a little bit, but walking off on his own power, which is good. Always good to see when that happens. And now the Minnesota Vikings will get things going from their own 27-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for them. And they're going to line up under center, and they take the snap and hand it off, and it's going to go out to about the 35-yard line. So that is Gaskin there on the run, brought down by Sam. Andre Sam, one of the safeties. Looks like the Vikings have Jaron Hall in as quarterback. So Hall on the gun, back to his left. Hall takes the snap. He's back. He's looking. He's throwing. That is going to be caught for a first down, down around the 40, and gets pushed out of bounds around the 42 by Josh Jobe. On the reception was Jackson. That would be Tristan Jackson, wide receiver. And that's going to bring up a first down. We have about 13 minutes and 55 seconds left in this first quarter here. So that's your little time check on this. Hall under center. Back in the backfield. Hall takes the snap. We have a flag already. But Hall's going to pick up about 3 or 4 there. We are going to check on this flag. And they're going to get the Vikings for an illegal shift. So that is going to negate the play there. And that is going to bring up 1st and 15 from the Vikings' 37-yard line. They got Tristan Hall there on the illegal shift. So that will bring up 1st and 15 for the, Tristan Jackson, my apologies, for the illegal motion. So that is going to march the Vikings back 5 yards, bring us up 1st and 15. We are at about 13 and a half left in the first quarter. Jaron Hall in the gun, back to his left. Hall takes a snap, back, looking, going to throw, and it is going to be caught and pushed out of and run out of bounds. Is number 11. That would be Trent Sherfield, senior wide receiver. That's going to be about a 3-yard pickup. It will only get up to the 40-yard line, so that's going to bring up 2nd and 12 for the Vikings. So now we've got Hall in the gun with an empty backfield. Hall takes the snap, back, looking, going to throw to his right, and it is going to be caught, and is going to pick up about 2 there on the reception, and that would be Jackson. So that is going to be Lucky Jackson, the wide receiver. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 10 from the 42. Hall in the gun. Back, takes the snap. Looking, firing, overthrown and intercepted. There is a flag down, but that is going to get down to the 40, down to the 35, down to the 30, and then run out of bounds at the 27-yard line is Tristan McCullum. So the Eagles have the football depending on the outcome of this flag. So they get illegal contact. They get illegal contact. Who do they call it on? I think it's they gestured to the defense. So they gestured to the Eagles, but the indicator said it was a this was a penalty against the Eagles. So yeah, they got Cooper DeJean for illegal contact, so that does negate the interception. And it does bring up a 1st and 10 for the Vikings from their own 47. Hall is going to line up under center back in the backfield. Hall takes a snap, hands it off, and is going to get up to the 50, down to the 49, down to the Eagles' 49. And that is going to bring up a 2nd down. We're at the 12-minute mark here in this first quarter here, and that would be Gaskin. Myles Gaskin on the run. So 2nd and 5, or 2nd and 6 really from the 49. Hall under center, back in the backfield. Hall takes the snap. He's back. He's going to hand it off, and he's going to pick up the 1st down. Gets down to the 40, down to the 35, down to the 30, down to about the 28-yard line goes Gaskin, and that is going to bring up a 1st down for the Vikings. They will officially credit him only to the 29. So that is that's where he'll be. The Vikings will pick up. It is a 1st down though for them. So 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line of the Philadelphia Eagles. Go the Vikings. So we're inside of 11 minutes. Hall's in the gun. We got a back to his right. Hall takes the snap. Back, looking. He's going deep, and he has a man, and it is incomplete. Could not stay in bounds. That was Tristan. That was Lucky Jackson. I'm sorry, Lucky Jackson on the attempt there, and he just could not keep his feet in bounds. Yeah, he did not get that right foot down in bounds. Otherwise, it would have been a touchdown for the Vikings. So that does bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Vikings from the Eagles' 29-yard line. Yeah, 1, 2, and yeah, that was Cooper DeJean on the coverage there. So good work by him to keep him from scoring there. So Hall in the gun, back to his right. Hall takes a snap, hands it off, and is going to get stuffed immediately. Does pick up about 2 or 3 there, so we'll see how much they credit him for. But it is going to bring up a 3rd down and long situation. So 3rd and long. 3rd and 7 will be the official stat from the Eagles' 26-yard line. And that would be McBride on the run there. He was brought down by Marlon Tuipulotu. Dwayne McBride was the running back. So Hall's in the gun, back to his right. Hall takes a snap, and now we've got a stoppage here. And there is a flag. So we will check on this flag. There was definitely some motion pre-snap. We'll see what the motion, or who's going to get dinged for it. Yeah, they will get Jackson for a neutral zone infraction. So that penalty is going to go against the Eagles, and it is going to bring up a 3rd and short now. That would be Teron Jackson. So we got 3rd and 2. Ball's on the Eagles' 21-yard line. Hall in the gun takes a snap back, looking, throwing, and that is going to be caught by Lucky Jack. I'm sorry, that would be Sheffield. I apologize. Is going to get pushed out of bounds. Trent Sheffield Sr. on the reception gets pushed out of bounds on the near sidelines of the Eagles sideline, so that does bring up a first down. Down around the 14-yard line was where he got pushed out. So we got about 9 minutes and 15 seconds-ish left in the first quarter here. It's 1st and 10. Ball is on the Eagles' 14-yard line. Hall is going to line up under center. We got it back deep in the backfield. Hall takes a snap, dumps it off to Gaskin. Gaskin going to bounce outside. Going to get inside the 10 down to around the 7-yard line. Brought down by Jeremiah Trotter Jr. We do have a flag, though. And that is going to be offensive holding. They will get the Vikings for offensive holding, so that's going to march the Vikings back 10 yards. They got Sherfield for the holding. Trent Sherfield was dinged for holding on that play, but yeah, good effort by Trot to keep that play from getting the first down, because it was a little rough. So 1st and 16 now from the 20-yard line. Hall takes a snap back, looking, and he's going to evade pressure, and he's going to throw, and that's going to get caught by Sherfield. It's going to get down to around the 11-yard line before he's brought down, and that is going to bring up a 2nd and 7 situation for the Vikings. Brought down by Eli Ricks. And we are approaching 8 minutes left in the first quarter here. So here we go. We got Hall under center. Bunch formation to the near side, back in the backfield. Hall takes the snap, hands it off, and is going to pick up about 3 there. Looks like that would be Gaskin again there. Tristan McCullum is on the stop there. Yeah, they will credit him for 3 yards, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Definitely sound off in the chat how you're feeling about this game, how you're feeling about these teams, what your thoughts are. I know we're one drive in, and this drive is knocking on the doorstep here. So we got 3rd and 4. Hall in the gun, back in the backfield to his left. Hall takes a snap back, looking, throwing, and that is going to be caught for a touchdown. So the Vikings will score first. That would be, who is that? That would be Tristan Jackson, not Lucky. Tristan Jackson on that touchdown pass, and that is going to bring up the Vikings point after attempt unit. So the snap hold kick is up, and it is good. And with 7 minutes and 10 seconds left to play in the first quarter, the Vikings put together a drive that ate up about half the clock here and take the lead, 7-0. So certainly things to remember here as we're watching this game. A lot of these guys that are playing are backups. We will, we're seeing some folks. We're seeing some new folks that we have not seen yet. Again, Cooper DeJean getting in on the action a little bit here. especially liked the fact that he was able to shut down the early scoring attempt. He was on the coverage there and was able to force Lucky Jackson to I believe that was Lucky Jackson. Yeah, Lucky Jackson on that 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. I was able to stop that. Yeah. Um, definitely, definitely looking forward to seeing more out of this group here as the game progresses. But let me know your thoughts in the chat. Would love to hear from you. So it is possible that we will see Jahan Dotson today. Just given the recency of the trade, he's going to want to get an opportunity to work with some of the guys. I know he got in. They shared a video on social media of him getting in and getting ready to go to work. But just given the recency, they might want to see him in some game action. So that is a possible scenario for him. So we could see him. So the Vikings are lining up to kick this away. Will Reichard, the kicker, boots it, and that's going to get fielded at the 10-yard line. Gets up to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, and that's going to be where the return will stop. So the Eagles get out to the 30-yard line on the return, and that is going to be where things get going here. Yeah, we are not going to be seeing Jalen Hurts at all during the preseason games because Kenny Pickett is lining up. So Kenny Pickett's going to line up under center. We have a back in the backfield. Pickett going to take the snap, going to hand it off, going to bounce outside. That's Davis Price, and Price is going to pick up the first down. So that's going to be an 11-yard pickup. And that is that was a pretty solid run there. So the fact that we're seeing Tyrion Davis Price suggests that the Eagles might have seen all they wanted to see out of Will Shipley. Because Shipley has had a great preseason. I will say that much. From what we've been able to see, he's had a great preseason. All right, so we got Pickett under center, got Price in the backfield, man in motion. Pickett takes a snap, hands it off to Price. Price gonna power forward, gets up to about the 49-yard line, and that is going to bring up. They will actually credit him to the 50. So 2nd and 2 for the Eagles from the 50-yard line. So the Eagles getting things started with a couple of runs here. And a couple of really good runs by Tyrion Davis Price. So we got 2nd and 2. Pickett in the gun, takes the snap, hands it off, and is gonna Price is gonna pick up 1 there. So he is gonna break through the 50 into Vikings territory. He's gonna be just shy of the first down though. So it will be a 3rd and 1 situation from the Vikings 49-yard line. I imagine that if the Eagles don't get it here for whatever reason, they'll run a brotherly shove kind of situation. But for now, they are lining up in the gun with Price to his right, to Pickett's right. Pickett takes the snap, hands it off to Price. Price going to get the first down, gets into Vikings territory down to about the 45-yard line is where he's going to get brought down. and that is going to be an Eagles first down. So all kinds of good stuff there going on. And we are inside of 5 minutes left in this first quarter, and the Eagles already have a 25-yard drive going on 4 plays. So Pickett lines up under center. We got a back behind him. Got 4.5 left in the first. Pickett takes a snap, hands it off to Price. Price going to get down to the 40, down to the 39-yard line, and that is where he will be brought down. He was brought down by Carter for the Vikings. So that is going to bring up a 2nd and 5 situation. Gets down to the 39-yard line. And probably by the time this snaps, we're going to hit the 4-minute mark left in the first quarter here. Yep, Pickett lines up under center. Man goes in motion to the near side. Pickett takes a snap, hands it off to Price. Price is going to pick up about 2. And now they're pushing him forward. And now the refs are coming in. Yeah, they're shutting that down. Okay, yeah, it's going to be 2nd and 5 for the Eagles after that renewed second effort there. He got stuffed, but people were the pile just kept pushing forward here. The ref made an interesting gesture, almost as if it was a Vikings first down, which is weird. Did they fumble it? Yeah, he fumbled it. Yes, that's no bueno. Yeah, so with 3:45 left in the game here, or in the first quarter here, the Tyrion Davis Price actually fumbled on the end of that there. So solid Eagles drive that peters out, unfortunately. It's disappointing to see what happened there at the end of that with the fumble. Yeah, they're showing the replay now. There definitely wasn't enough to overturn it if they sent that upstairs to review. Definitely a question mark surrounding that though, because did he actually lose control? Friend of the show, Dave Spadaro, talking with Jalen Hurts on NBC 10. All right, so we got Hall lined up in the gun. Got it back to his left. Hall takes a snap back, looking, throwing, and wide open is Lucky Jackson. And Lucky Jackson's going to pick up a bunch more after that reception. Going to get up to the Eagles' 35-yard line on there. That's a 29-yard reception, and he was brought down by Sam on that. So Andre Sam on the stop, but that does not negate that is a 29-yard reception. So Hall lines up at the 35 under center, takes a snap, hands it off, and it's going to be a 1 yard pickup. Yeah, it doesn't really get super far, maybe 2. No, they will credit him for 1, so that is going to bring up 2nd and 9 from the 34. From the Eagles' 34-yard line. So we are at about 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter here by the time this ball gets snapped. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. We got Hall lined up in the under center, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, back, and then throws to Gaskin. Gaskin's going to pick up about 2 there, so that is going to bring up a 3rd and 7 situation for the Vikings from the Eagles' 32-yard line. Jalen Hurts doing a little bit of a promo of his Breed of One brand partnership with Air Jordans. So 3rd and 7, Hall in the gun, takes the snap, back, looking, throws, and again is caught. Down the middle goes Harry and N'Keal Harry, and that is going to get down to about the Eagles' 8-yard line. It's going to be a 24-yard pickup. So, again, Eagles let one get through in coverage there. And you can't be like super disappointed because, again, these are backups that are playing right now, and those are important. That's important to bear in mind here. Hall under center, back in the backfield. Hall takes a snap, hands it off to Gaskin. Gaskin going to pick up, let's call that about 3. Gets down to the 5-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal. We have about a minute left in the first quarter here. So we will have to get one more play in. And they will credit him to the 5. So it is 2nd and goal. Hall under center, takes a snap, dumps it off to Gaskins. Gaskins gets to about the 6 before he's stripped up. So he is going to lose a yard there. That would be Jeremiah Trotter Jr. and Tristan McCullum there on the stops. So good pickup. I'm sorry. That's my bad. That's Andre Sam. They didn't update the thing on my end here. They're still updating it. Oren Burks gets the credit now. Oren Burks gets the credit. This will probably be, they're going to move over. So we are through 15 minutes of play here, and that's going to send us to the second quarter. The Eagles are down by a touchdown right now, but the Vikings are knocking on the door. It is 7-0 Vikings. So, yeah, again, just let me know what your thoughts are in the chat. Love to hear from you. As I'm looking at this, offensively, barring the mistake by Tyrion Davis-Price, I think offensively, again, we're looking pretty good. Eagles were moving the ball very well. Had a number of solid runs from the jump there. Then you have on the defense. I think some of our defensive backups need a little bit more work in terms of being able to respond, in terms of especially being able to get off the field, because that was a big problem last season where we were just very simply not able to get off of the field. We're looking forward to seeing improvement in that. Again, we really haven't seen a ton of the starters. So certainly we haven't seen Jalen Hurts on the field at all during the preseason. So take all this for what it's worth. But the role of a backup is to be able to plug in with the first team, and I haven't seen anything that's indicating to me that that's going to be a situation that they will be able to adapt to. Because I'm seeing in this game in particular, seeing a bunch of blown coverages, especially on the second drive here, leaving people wide open out in the open field. Definitely a problem for me. But again, these are backups. There's a reason why they are going to be backups. So we are back from the commercial break. It is 3rd and goal, really, from the 5-yard line. The Vikings have the ball. This is going to be a critical third down here. So we got 15 minutes, so we are at the start of the second quarter. Hey, Emony, yeah, thanks so much for stopping by here. Go Birds! All right, so we got Hall in the gun. We got it back to his right. Hall takes the snap. Back pressure coming, and Hall is going to get sacked down at around the 14-yard line, and that would be Okwara on the sack. Number 52 for the Eagles, Julian Okwara, comes in really unhindered by the Vikings offensive line. That is going to bring up a 4th and goal situation for them. And we'll probably see a field goal unit come on. That they will credit them. It's a loss of 8, so it takes them back to the 13-yard line officially. And the field goal unit is up. Snap, hold, kick is good. A 31-yard field goal for Reichard, and that is going to put the Vikings up by 10. With 14 minutes and 21 seconds left to play in this second quarter, left to play in the first half, it is 10-0 in favor of the Vikings. Eagles will have a chance to redeem themselves following the turnover that occurred in the first quarter. So huge sack there by Okwara. Outside linebacker. And linebacker is definitely an area where we needed help last year. So one thing that's been pointed out is that Vic Fangio has been playing Nolan Smith a ton during the preseason. He's been out there for pretty much every snap in this final preseason game, and key players really aren't playing. So it's a good question as to what's going to happen here. Eagles had the ball for a grand total of 3 minutes and 25 seconds in the first quarter. So we'll see how long they hold the ball for the second. Vikings on to kick this away. And and that is going to get fielded at the 10-yard line, at the 9-yard line, really gets brought out to the 20, to the 25, to the 27 before he gets tripped up. And that, who was that on the, that would be Campbell on the return. Paris Campbell. So we have 14 minutes and 15 seconds left in this first half, and the Eagles will pick up at the 27-yard line, 1st and 10. And we do have Kenny Pickett still in this game. Back in the backfield. Pickett lines up under center. Pickett takes a snap. Fakes a handoff. He's back. He's looking. He's throwing and wide open for the first down. And a bunch more gets up to the 45-yard line is Paris Campbell. So Eagles get a first down, and we are inside of 14 minutes left to play in this second quarter. So big first down pass there. Catch by Paris Campbell. That is a 19-yard pickup, gets up to the 46. So we got Pickett now in the gun, back to his left. Pickett takes a snap, back, looking. He's going to roll out to his right. He's just going to take off himself. Gets out to about the midfield before he gets pushed out of bounds. Picks up 4 there on the run. So that's the first time that we've seen a quarterback scramble this game. So it was a 4-yard pickup, brings up 2nd and 6. We are at about 13:10 left in the first half. Eagles have the ball at midfield. Pickett lines up in the gun. We got it back to his right. Pickett takes the snap. He's back. He's looking. Pressure coming. He's going to throw, and it is incomplete. Pickett was looking for Paris Campbell again. Could not haul it in. It was off of his right hand and incomplete. There was pressure coming, too, so definitely something for the offensive line to be aware of. We do have a flag down. So we're going to check on this flag. There was definitely a lot of contact around the reception here. And they're going to get the Vikings for pass interference. So they get Lewis Klein, the safety, for pass interference. So that will give the Eagles a first down at the Vikings' 38-yard line. So we got Pickett in the gun, back to his right. Pickett takes a snap, back, and hands it off, and is going to pick up about 2, maybe 1, actually, as I'm looking at this here. Yeah, Tyrion Davis-Price only gets about a yard there. So 2nd and 9 for the Eagles from the Vikings' 37-yard line. We are at about 12.5 minutes left in the first half here. Eagles have the ball and they're driving. It's 2nd and 8. Or 2nd and 9, really, I'm sorry. Pickett in the gun. We have an empty backfield. Play clock winding down. Pickett takes a snap. Back, looking, throwing, and it is going to get caught down around the 31-yard line. And that is Fulch. Kevin Fulch on the reception there. And that is about a 7-yard pickup. So that's going to be, they're actually going to credit him to the 30. So it's going to be 3rd and 2. So we got Pickett lining up in the gun. We got it back to his right. Pickett takes a snap. Hands it off. Price going to get the first down. Going to get down to about the 21-yard line before he is brought down. That is a solid pickup there. That's a 9-yard pickup brought down by McCain. But that is going to be a 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Great job by Price there of powering through the hole there, even though it was getting clogged up there. So we got 11:08 left in the first half. Pickett under center, takes a snap, hands it off to Price. Price is going to pick up about 3 or 4 on that run. That's going to bring up a 2nd down situation, 2nd and 7. They will only credit him for 3 yards. Gets up to the 18-yard line. Kellen Moore, the offensive play caller, and really the guy who is going to be coordinating the whole offensive scheme for the Eagles. Nick Sirianni taking more of a CEO kind of role. Pickett in the gun, back to his left. Pickett takes a snap, back looking, throwing, incomplete. He was looking for number 38, which would be Nichols. Lou Nichols. And that is going to bring up a 3rd and 6 situation. Or 3rd and 7, I apologize. From the 18-yard line. This is a 7-play, 55-yard drive. It's so far taken 3 minutes and 55 seconds. At some point later on in this game, we'll probably see Tanner McKee. He is suited up. And with the play clock winding down, looks like we're going to see our first timeout of the game. Earlier in the game, actually on the opening kickoff, we had Jacob Harris go down. He has been officially ruled out by the Eagles. So he is out of the rest of this game. We do not have a timeout. I guess there was a clock issue. So Kenny Pickett lining up in the gun, back to his left, slot to the far side. Pickett takes a snap, back looking, throwing, incomplete, off the hands of number 86, Joseph Ngata. And that is going to bring up a 4th and 6 situation. 4th and 7 situation. I apologize again. 4th and 7 from the Vikings 18-yard line. That was off his hands. You got to catch those footballs. If you want to make the 53-man roster, you got to be the one who's catching that football. That was off of his hands. But we are going to see Jake Elliott for the first time this game to kick a field goal. It's going to be a little bit of a chip shot. It's a 36-yarder. Elliott, and we have a stoppage. And we have a flag. So we're going to check what this flag is. Field goal would have been good, but they are going to get Brett Toth for false start, so that is going to march the Eagles back 5 yards. So it's now going to be a 41-yard field goal. .41-yard attempt. We got 10:18 left in the first half. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. So with 10 minutes and 15 seconds left to play in this first half, the Eagles do get on the board. It is 10-3 in favor of the Vikings. So definitely a lot better movement there on that. Really like seeing those catches by Paris Campbell on that drive. Again, definitely a lot of good movement, a lot of solid performance on this offensive drive. We didn't end with a turnover, which is great. Only concern that I had is that on that last, on that reception there, Joseph Ngata has to catch that football. Like that, you just have to catch that football. That's a non-starter if you don't. Let's check in with Eagles beat writer Twitter. Bo Wolf pointing out that Anim Dankwa has finally played his first snap of his NFL career. Don't know why that's important. Every Eagles beat writer reporting that Jacob Harris out with a concussion. Yeah, they are pointing again. The fact that Tyrion Davis Price is a fringe player, you gotta hold on to the football. But yeah, I think Will Shipley is a much more likely candidate to make the team here. So kickoff is forthcoming.
Show better Friday. Better than Wednesday.
All right, so the kick is away, and that's going to get fielded around the 5, gets brought out to the 20, to the 25, to the 29-yard line. We do have a flag on the play here, so we're going to check on the flag. A lot of penalties so far this game. They're gonna get hold. They're gonna get the Vikings for a hold. Yeah, offensive holding. That's going to go out. So that is going to march the Vikings back 10 yards. So 1st and 10 from the 20. Takes a snap, hands it off, and is going to pick up about 5 on that run there. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 5. Yeah, they will credit them to the 25. That would be Gaskin on the run. Booker was there on the stop. So special teams having a little bit of fun on the sideline right now. Again, it's preseason, and special teams really isn't the area of concern coming out of. Special teams is actually a rarity, a rare form of consistency for the Eagles last season. So we got Hall under center, back in backfield. Hall takes a snap, fakes the handoff, throws, caught by Gaskin down to about the 28-yard line. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and short situation, 3rd and short. And it's really going to be about 3rd and 1 down to the 29 is where they will credit him. So we are inside of 9 minutes left in the first half here. Ball's on the 29-yard line of the Vikings, 3rd and 1. Hall in the gun, back to his right. Hall takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. He's going to run. He's going to roll out to his right, and he's going to pick up the first down. Picks up about 4 there, and that is going to give the Vikings a first down. He will get up to about the 33-yard line thereabouts. So that's going to be a 4-yard pickup. Yeah, and that will give the Vikings a first down. They will actually only credit them to the 32, so it's only a 3-yard pickup. Hall takes a snap, hands it off to Gaskins. Gaskins gonna pick up about 2 or 3 there, depending on where they spot it. But that's gonna bring up a 2nd and 8 situation from the Vikings 34. We We got 7.5 left in the first half here, thereabouts. Hall on the gun, back to his right. Hall takes a snap. Back, looking, going to throw, and that is going to be caught by Lucky Jackson. Who was that on the coverage there? Eli Ricks was on the coverage. That's a big pickup for them. That's a 21-yard pickup. Yeah, and yeah. All right, yeah, so that's a 21-yard pickup, and that, that's going to bring up 1st and 10 from the Eagles' 45-yard line. We are inside of 7 minutes left to play in the first quarter. In the first half. Hall under center, back behind him. Hall takes a snap, hands it off, and is going to pick up, let's call that about 5 there. Yep, 2nd and 5. Get you up to the 40-yard line of the Eagles. Eagles have had 14 plays for 76 yards, held the ball for 7.5 minutes. Vikings have had 25 plays for 165 yards, and they've had the ball for almost 15 minutes so far this game. So Hall under center, back in the backfield. Hall takes a snap, hands it off to Gaskin, who's going to roll out to his left and is going to get stopped pretty much right at about the 40, maybe the 39-yard line. They will credit him up to the 39-yard line, so that is going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Vikings with inside of 6 minutes left in this first half. So Hall takes a snap, dumps it off quickly to the receiver, who's going to get pulled down right around the first down marker. That would be Jones. Jashawn Jones there, the wide receiver. That is an 8-yard pickup, does result in a first down. Ball is now at the 31-yard line of the Eagles. We're at about the 5-minute mark in the first half. So we got 1st and 10. Ball on the 31. Hall lines up under center. Back in the backfield. Hall takes a snap. Back, looking. Going deep. Going for it all. Incomplete. And we do have a flag down, which means that there was probably PI, and this is going to go probably against the Eagles. Number 27 was there on the coverage. That would be Zach McPherson. Yeah, that's PI. Yep, defensive pass interference against Zach McPherson. That's going to put the ball pretty much at about the 15-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Hall lines up under center, back in the backfield. Hall takes a snap, hands it off. Picking up about 4 there is, I believe that's Gaskins there. Or Gaskin there, yeah. Picks up about 4, gets to the 11, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. So, bad penalty by Zach McPherson gives the Vikings new life, and they're knocking on the door again. 2nd and 6. Ball on the 11. We got about 4:10 left in the first half. Hall in the gun, back to his right. Hall takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. Pressure's coming. He's going to roll out to his left. He's going to keep running. He's going to take off. Does pick up the first down. Gets to about the 4-yard line for the Eagles. So that is going to bring up a 1st and goal situation. It's a 7-yard pickup. Pushed out by Ben Van Summeren. Pressure was coming, and Hall picked up on it, was able to avoid it. So we got first and goal now. Hall under center, takes a snap. Pressure coming, he's going to loft it, incomplete. He was looking for number 49, which would be Justin Hall, but just kind of lofts it, incomplete. And that is going to bring up a second and goal situation from the Eagles' 4-yard line. Yeah, pressure was coming, so Thomas Booker actually was there providing pressure. 6'3", 301-pound lineman out of Stanford. Hall in the gun, takes a snap, back looking, throws incomplete. He was looking for Justin Hall. Again, Okwara was there on the stop, or was there to provide the pressure on that one, Julian Okwara. So that brings up a third and goal. So Eagles getting some pressure on the quarterback there on this goal line stand. We've got a third and goal situation now. Ball is on the 4. 3:14 left in the first half. Hall in the gun, takes a snap, back looking, throws, and that is caught in for a touchdown. That is Justin Hall on that one. And the Vikings will extend their lead. This is the last of the games that does not matter. That does not matter in terms of record, in terms of standings, etc. This is just for player evaluation, and thank God that this game doesn't count towards the record right now, because who knows what will be going on. Snap, hold, kick is up and good on the point after attempt, with 3 minutes and 9 seconds left to play in the first half. The Minnesota Vikings extend their lead. It is 17-3 in favor of the Vikings. It is possible we've seen the last of Kenny Pickett in the preseason. Kenny Pickett went 2 for 4 in the passing game for 26 yards, only 1 drop. So that is entirely possible that we are that we will see Tanner McKee coming in again. Pretty much all the key players resting in this game. I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm not sure I buy the strategy of resting starters extensively. I would like to have seen them play at least one drive in game action. Just that way we could, because we tried that last season and it didn't. We tried that last season and look how last season ended up. The team just never really kind of gelled. So, we'll see, but looking around the rest of the league here, there are a couple of other preseason games going on, so I'll give you some quick updates on those. The Buffalo Bills are on top of the Carolina Panthers. I'm sorry, that just changed. The Carolina Panthers just scored a field goal, so they are on top of the Buffalo Bills, 13-11. They're approaching the 2-minute warning in that game. Pittsburgh is up 14-0 on Detroit. Green Bay is up 20-7 on the Ravens, and Houston is up 10-9 on the Los Angeles Rams. So the Vikings are on to kick this away. This is going to get fielded in the end zone, and they're just going to take a knee. So touchback is going to result in the Eagles going up to the 30-yard line on that. The Eagles got up to the 30 there. So that's just a reminder about the touchback rule. So if the ball doesn't go into the landing zone, it's considered a touchback, and it goes up to the 40-yard. It's considered it goes up to the 40-yard line. If the ball goes through the landing zone into the end zone without it bouncing, it's going to go up to the 30. That's where the new touchback line is. If the ball bounces in the landing zone and then bounces into the end zone, that's a touchback that brings it up to the 20. So it's no longer just a straightforward touchback brings you up to the 25-yard line. It's now a little bit more complicated than that. But yeah, still kicking the ball out of bounds is no bueno. So if it never goes into the landing zone, that becomes a big problem. But yeah, definitely let me know your thoughts about this game here. I'm staring at a commercial and I'm seeing plays come through on my thing here. All right, apparently we reached the 2-minute warning. I can't wait for a professional broadcast to actually be showing this game. I love Scott Graham and Ross Tucker as that, and again, friend of the show Dave Spadaro on the call. But the producing in this game has been the directing and the producing in this game has been a little rough. We had 2 plays happen while NBC 10 was showing commercials. Kenny Pickett had a short pass to E.J. Jenkins out to the 41-yard line. That was a 3-yard pickup. Or no, I'm sorry. We had 4 plays happen while 3 plays happen while commercials were happening. We had Kenny Pickett do a short pass to Aniyah Smith. It was an 8-yard pickup. Then that brought up 2nd and 2. Then we had Kenny Pickett do a short pass to E.J. Jenkins to the 41. That was a 3-yard pickup. And then we had Lou Nichols running to the 44-yard line for a 3-yard pickup. And now we're at the 2-minute warning, and we're seeing more commercials. So I know NBC 10 needs to make money for this. I know the Eagles need to make money for these preseason games. But you missed 3 plays of preseason action, and you don't cut away to commercials while the game's happening. Even with when the national broadcast will take over for the regular season, what happens? You have the national broadcast taking over, and then they'll do the little 30-second midway through or the 15-second during the game, but they won't cut away from the full game. You'll still see the little box window. So I don't know. This was a bad choice. The producers here, the producers and the directors of this game, I'm not all that thrilled about. And they only have to do it for 3 games out of the year, which fine, but you know when not to switch to a commercial. We're in the 2-minute warning, so that's what the stoppage is right now. We're doing some presentations for the Eagles Autism Foundation. Very worthy cause. Definitely give what you can to them. They are doing great work in supporting autism research and treatment and things of that nature. So we got Pickett in the gun, back behind him. Pickett takes a snap back, looking, throws. That is going to be caught. Gets up to about the 50-yard line, and that would be E.J. Jenkins again. That is a 6-yard pickup, brings up 3rd and 1. Pickett in the gun, takes a snap, hands it off, and it's really going to be a no-gain kind of situation. Gets back up to midfield, no gain. And that is going to be 4th and 1, and we do have our first timeout of the half. So the Eagles call their first timeout. They have 2 remaining. We got 1:26 left in the first half here. So we got a 4th and 1 of the 50, which means we'll probably see our brotherly shove when we come back from the timeout. So we got 4th and 1 from the 50. Talking about last season here. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith last season both had 1,000-yard seasons. They're the only Eagles teammates to have back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. So we've got 90 seconds left in this first half, and honestly, this was an abysmal first half. Definitely some good insights here, but also some challenges. And the challenges, of course, being, first drive ends in a turnover. Second drive, you can't punch it in, you have to get a field goal. And now here, 4th and 1. In the gun is Pickett. Pickett is going to hand it off to Price, and that is going to be well short of even the line of scrimmage. And I'm sorry, that's not Price, that's Lou Nichols. Well short of the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a yard, and that will be a turnover on downs for the Eagles. So the Vikings will get the ball. We got 1:25 left in this first half. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the Eagles' 49-yard line. So we're getting a lot of looks at the Eagles' defense, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But the fact that the offense hasn't really been able to get anything going concerns me a little bit. So Hall in the gun takes a snap, back looking, and is going to get sacked. That's a key sack there by number 42. That would be Oren Burks. So Oren Burks is there, gets the credit for the sack. Nolan Smith, I think, was also out there as well. So good looks for him. And that is going to bring up a 2nd and 15. That was a loss of 5. Gets Minnesota pushed back into their own territory at their own 46. Hall in the gun. Takes a snap, back looking, throws, and that is going to get caught and does pick up the first down. That is N'Keal Harry. That is about a 15-yard pickup. Gets up. Actually, they're only going to credit him to the 40. So that's a 14-yard pickup. And it is 3rd and 1 for the Vikings. So we got 46 seconds left in the first half here. Hall under center, takes a snap, hands it off to Gaskin, who is going to pick up the first down, gets to about the 35-yard line of the Eagles. And we do have a timeout by Minnesota. So the Vikings are going to take a timeout with 41 seconds left. Again, if you're looking for game footage, if you're in the Philly area, this is being broadcast on NBC 10. If you're anywhere else, I can't really speak for you. Unfortunately, I don't know Minnesota's channels. If you are, it is available on NFL Plus Premium. So definitely something to be mindful of on that front there. But yeah, we have 41 seconds left until everybody goes into the locker room, and we hit a reset button on this. Last chance for a lot of these players to be getting looks. So we got about 41 seconds left here. Definitely some, again, just definitely some good things to note here. Lot of good play by the defense. Cooper DeJean getting his first game action as an Eagle. So definitely something to be excited about. Conversely, a few other things here. There is going to be a Hall of Fame announcement. The Eagles Hall of Fame announcement is coming up at halftime. So I'll definitely make sure that we introduce that during our halftime break here. But we got Hall in the gun, back to his right. Hall takes a snap, back looking, throws, and that is going to be caught. And does pick up the first down, gets down to about the 15-yard line. And there is a little bit of a scuffle there with Justin Hall. Yeah, that was about a 20-yard pickup. Justin Hall was there on the reception. Andre Sam was there on the stop to finally bring him down. But that is a 15-yard pickup. And honestly, I would not be... the Vikings are taking their second timeout of the half here. So we have a stop clock at 33 seconds. I don't know why. They're up by 2 touchdowns. And they've held the ball at this point for 20 minutes of this game, compared to the Eagles' 9 minutes and 15 seconds. So we got Hall in the gun back to his left. Hall takes a snap. Back, looking, pressure coming. Hall is hit as he throws. It is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Lucky Jackson, and Jackson just simply could not keep his foot in bounds again. Yeah, he has possession there. And then, Cooper DeJean on the coverage there, so DeJean was able to keep him from staying in bounds on that. So good effort there by DeJean. And that is going to bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line. Simultaneously, Booker was there with the quarterback hit, so well done on that job there. Hall in the gun back to his left. Hall takes a snap back, looking, throws. It is incomplete. He was looking for Jones there. Deshaun Jones. And it is an incomplete. Incomplete pass. 23 seconds left in the first half, and it is 3rd and 10. The ball is on the 15-yard line of the Eagles. But the Vikings are knocking on the door of another touchdown. We'll see what they decide to do here and how the Eagles answer. Hall in the gun back to his right. Hall takes a snap. Back, pressure coming. Hall overthrows Gaskins behind the line of scrimmage. Incomplete. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. was loosely in the area, but it was just an overthrow. Pressure was coming. He just kind of chucked it away. So that is going to bring up 4th and 10, and we'll probably see the Vikings field goal unit come on here. This is a 33-yard field goal attempt for the Vikings. Snap, hold, kick is up and good. With 19 seconds left to play in the first half, Vikings are up by 3 scores. It is now 20-3. They're doing preseason recaps right now on NBC 10. I don't know why, but yeah, so not a lot to write home about, though. I will, like, as a team in this game. Kick is away and is going to get fielded, brought out to the 20, out to the 24-yard line. So the Eagles will probably just kneel this into halftime because there's really, again, not a whole lot to do here. We got 13 seconds left in the first half. Eagles do have 2 timeouts, but this game is the last of the games that don't really mean anything, whether or not the Eagles win or lose here. But they are going to run the play, so Kenny Pickett's going to line up in the gun. We got it back to his left. Kenny Pickett's going to take the snap, dumps it off to Paris Campbell. Paris Campbell's going to get up to about the 39-yard line, and that will be where he is brought down, and that is going to be where the Eagles take a timeout. So the Eagles will take their second timeout. They have 1 remaining in this half. You got time for like a Hail Mary kind of thing. The Eagles will get the ball to start the second half. So They're actually doing a time correction here, so we got 7 seconds left in the first half. Again, let me know what your thoughts are about this game and about any players, anybody that stood out to you. Pickett in the gun, takes a snap, and that's going to be batted at the line, incomplete. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10 situation. We've got 4 seconds left in the first half. It was batted at the line by Redmond. He was looking for Anaya Smith. Could not find him, obviously. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. This will indubitably be the last play of the first half. And mercifully, shall I say. Pickett in the gun, back to his right. Pickett takes a snap, dumps it off quick. We do have a flag down, so it may not actually be the last play of the first half here. There are zeros on the clock. That was dumped off to Anaya Smith. It's an ineligible receiver downfield, so that's gonna do it. So gonna go into halftime now at this point, and Eagles are down by 3 scores. It is 20-3 in favor of the Vikings. So let's take a look at. Then we'll take a look at some of these numbers because this is frustrating to say the least. Looking at the Eagles' collective performance as a team and not being able really to get anything done. So these are the more disappointing stats, the team stats. Individual players have done decently well. Eagles have had a grand total of 7 first downs, compared to the Vikings' 15. And that just goes to demonstrate that the Vikings have really just dominated the first half. It's been not great. On the efficiency standpoint, particularly in third down, so the Vikings are 7 for 9 on third downs, compared to the Eagles 2 for 4. And the Eagles have had a few starters in. Nolan Smith notably has been in for a lot of this preseason, and a lot of, I think with the exception of one drive, Nolan Smith has been in the defensive mix for really the entire game so far. Again, we've also seen Cooper DeJean. That's a little bit more understandable because he really hasn't had a ton of action during training camp. He had a lot more mental reps than anything else. Eagles are 0-1 on fourth down attempts. They're the only ones that have gone for that. Eagles are 0-1 in the red zone compared to the Vikings 2 for 4 in terms of getting touchdowns. Eagles have not been in a goal-to-go situation this game compared to the Vikings, who have been in goal-to-go situations. They're 1 for 2 in that regard. Just looking elsewhere here, some other stats. Eagles have the Eagles have returned to 2 of them. The Eagles have had 2 kicks, 2 kickoffs. None of them made it in the end zone, so both of them were returned. The Vikings have a combined 47 yards on kickoff returns compared to the Eagles having about a 59 yards on kickoff returns, but that's because the Vikings have kicked off more. Again, the Eagles will get the ball to start the second half, so we'll see how those adaptations are made. We will probably also see Tanner McKee starting around that time. Tanner McKee has been suited up, has had his helmet on. We'll probably see him. Not looking likely to see Will Greer. I think the Eagles are pretty well satisfied on Tanner McKee being the guy. Individual stats, we can take a look at those. So Tyrann Davis-Price is the leading rusher for the Eagles. 9 carries, 44 yards. His longest run was 11 yards. Kenny Pickett scrambled once for 4 yards, and then we've had Lou Nichols, who ran 3 times and only gained about 2 yards on those, including losing a yard on the 4th and 1 attempt. Kenny Pickett is 6 for 9 in the passing game, 58 yards. That's probably where he's going to stay because we'll probably see Tanner McKee in the second half. You got Paris Campbell, E.J. Jenkins, both having 2 catches on 2 targets. Anais Smith is 1 for 2 in the passing game. Paris Campbell's biggest reception was the 19-yard reception. He's at a grand total of about 34 receiving yards. So, but yeah, Anais Smith, Kevin Fulch, Joseph Ngata had the one drop that really he needed to have. That was right in his hands. And if you're a fringe player, you got to be able to make those. Even if you're looking to make the 53-man roster, you got to make those catches. Like that. That's just. I'm sorry, you got to make those catches. Defense has been pretty stellar. My biggest concern has been a little bit more collective. They're making the announcement of the Eagles Hall of Fame, and it looks like it's going to be LaShawn McCoy getting inducted into the Eagles Hall of Fame. So, Eagles great LaShawn McCoy. Yep, they are announcing LaShawn McCoy as the latest inductee into the Philadelphia Eagles Hall of Fame. Jeffrey Lurie giving the announcement there on NBC 10. They'll do a little probably a little halftime ceremony at some point if they're not doing that on the field there. But yeah, LaShawn McCoy, definitely worthy of it. One of the great running backs in Eagles recent history, certainly. Taking us back to those stats here, so yeah, offensively things have been good. Defensively, I think the biggest problem has been the defense's inability to get off of the field. The Eagles defense has done a good job of getting pressure. I've seen a lot of that happen. They've been doing a good job of at least making their assignments. I haven't seen a ton of blown coverage recently. There were a few earlier in the game. Couple of deep passes that went to wide open receivers or receivers who were or who just beat the defender on the Vikings end. But on the whole, not a ton of like wide open receivers, which is a good thing if you're looking at some of the guys who are going to be farther down on the roster. But again, the Eagles' inability to get off the field, especially on third down, 9 third downs, and the Vikings have converted 7 of them, is a problem. And hopefully, again, we have to bear in mind these are backups that are playing. We're really not going to be seeing a ton of starters, with a handful of exceptions. Yeah, so I'm doing a presentation to the Eagles Legends community, so that's what's going on there. It looks like during halftime. But yeah, not really a ton to write home about in general surrounding this game. So, Certainly some good stuff from some guys, but you got to be able to get off the field. So that's kind of where things stand right now with this game. Um, we'll see how the Eagles turn it around going forward here. Do a quick check-in on how the Eagles beat writers are doing. Yeah, again, couple of sacks, which is always good. Getting hits on the QB, always good. Yeah, but the secondary was not. The secondary was where things need to get tightened up. Okay, so officially that induction will take place at halftime against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So yeah, but let me know what your thoughts are about this game. What you're seeing, where you think things could. Who's standing out to you? Who do you think needs more improvement? Who you're looking to see in the second half? Let me know. Love to hear from you. We are coming back, getting things ready to start the third quarter. It does look like we're going to see Tanner McKee in this game. Yeah, so we got Tanner McKee probably stepping in here. Um, Alrighty. Yep, we're coming back here. So again, the Eagles will get the ball to start the second half. So we're just waiting on things to come back in, kickoff wise. Um, yeah, just the biggest number of concern for me is the 7 for 9 on third downs that the Eagles have allowed against the Vikings. That's probably my biggest concern here. So elsewhere, the Cowboys corner Deron Bland will undergo surgery to repair a stress fracture. He will miss about 6 to 8 weeks. So, if you're tracking. That should not impact the Eagles, but just a heads up there. All right, we are moving into the third quarter, and this ball is kicked away, and it's going to go out of the end zone for a touchback. So that will go. That the Eagles will get the ball to start on their own 30-yard line. And yes, we do have Tanner McKee in the game, so Kenny Pickett's day is done. His preseason is done, and now it's Tanner McKee's turn. All right, so McKee lines up under center. Back in the backfield, McKee takes a snap, back, looking, pressure coming. McKee's going to fumble the ball, and it's going to get turned over. The Vikings have it. So, yeah, big yikes there on that front. That was Carter on the sack, the strip sack, and then number 60 for the Vikings picked it up. So that would be James Lynch on the recovery there for the Vikings. So very short first drive for the Eagles. That was disastrous. That was absolutely disastrous. Who was that? 47. That would be Armani Rogers, a tight end who failed on the blocking. So Vikings get the ball, take the snap, hand it off, pick up about 6 there. That would be McBride on the run. Yeah, that was bad blocking by Armani Rogers. So, all right, now we've got a flag down. So, 2nd and 4, and we have a flag. And they're going to get the Vikings for a false start. That's going to bring up 2nd down here. So we got 2nd and 9. Ball is on the 24-yard line of the Eagles, and we have another flag coming in, but this is going to be a live ball foul. So hand it off to McBride. McBride's going to pick up about 4 there. Looks like. They get the Vikings for illegal formation. So the Vikings are marching back, but they're marching back because of all the penalties that they're accruing. So it's now 2nd and 14 for the Vikings from the Eagles. From the Eagles' 29-yard line. So lines up in the gun, back to his right. Hall takes a snap, back looking, throws, and it is caught behind the line of scrimmage. Does get up to, did he get all the way up? That's insane. That would be bad if they let him go that far. Now he was right. He got pushed out of bounds at the 20, so that's a 9-yard pickup. Yeah, that's a 9-yard pickup for the Vikings. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5, so a little 3rd and short situation here for the Vikings. We got about 13:05 left in the third quarter. Hall in the gun, back to his right. Hall takes a snap, back looking, throws. That is caught. That is a first down to the 10, to the 5, down to about the 3-yard line goes McBride there. So that is going to bring up first and goal from the 2. Actually, they will mark him down at the 2-yard line. And we are inside of 13 minutes left in the third quarter. And this is just... This is now bad. So, we got Hall lining up under center. We got McBride in the backfield. First and goal. Hall takes a snap, hands it off to McBride, who is going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain is going to be second and goal from the 2. They will actually credit him for 1 yard, so it's going to be second and goal from the 1. So now we've got Hall lining up in the gun, back to his left. Man in motion to the near side. Hall takes a snap, back, looking, throwing, incomplete. He was looking for McBride. It was broken up at the line of scrimmage by, it looks like it was Tristan McCullum. Nah, it was Ben Van Summeren. Right next to him, though. That is an incomplete pass. He was kind of hit as the pass was arriving. So it is going to bring up third and goal from the 1. We got 11:36 left in the third quarter. Hall in the gun. Empty backfield. Hall takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. He is going to scramble over to his right. Pressure coming. Hit as he throws. And it is going to be incomplete. Almost caught by Jones there, number 82, Jashawn Jones. And that is going to send the Vikings field goal unit on because, yeah. Hit on the quarterback was applied by Julian Okwara. And that could have very easily been intercepted. There were quite a number of Eagles who were in the area on that. So it is fourth and goal. We got 11:27 left in the third quarter here. They are on to attempt the field goal. Snap, hold, kick is up and good. It was a 20-yard field goal attempt. That does make it through. So with 11:24 left in the third quarter, the Vikings go up again. It is 23-3. So the Vikings up by 20 points. Yikes. And all this was fueled by the fact that Tanner McKee fumbled on the first play of the third quarter. But yeah, definitely let me know your thoughts in the chat. A whole lot of nothing going on here. And that was just the epitome of bad. Eagles doing some recognition of local Olympians at this game. Local members of the U.S. Olympic team who participated in the Paris Olympics. We'll see, coming back now, we'll see if Tanner McKee is able to redeem himself after that monstrosity. Eagles beat writer Twitter has been silent since the strip sack. Vikings on to kick this away. 11:24 left in the third. This is going to get fielded in the end zone, and they're just going to take a knee. So that will send the ball out to the 30. Probably the safest bet at this point. We got 11:24 left in the third. McKee in the gun, back to his right, man in motion on the near side. McKee takes a snap, hands it off. Pyle's going to move, but they're only going to pick up about 4 yards. That would be Milton on the run. It's a 4-yard pickup, gets up to the 34-yard line, going to bring up 2nd and 6 for the Eagles. So we got McKee in the gun, back to his right. McKee takes the snap, back, looking, going to roll out to his left, and is throwing at the feet of Milton and incomplete. Quick update of a few scores around the league. It is 17-11 over in Buffalo. Carolina is on top. That's in the third quarter. All these games really are in the third quarter. It's tied up in Detroit. Pittsburgh is on top. Pittsburgh and Detroit are knotted up at 14. Green Bay is up on Baltimore 27-7, and then Houston is up on the Los Angeles Rams 10-9. McKee is in the gun, back to his left. McKee takes a snap, back looking, throwing, and is incomplete. He was looking for Anais Smith, could not find him. He was double covered too. So that's going to bring up 4th down for the Eagles, and that is going to send the punt unit on. So Eagles, again, spinning their wheels, not really able to do anything. That is going to see, this is our first Braden Mann sighting, though, which is nice. Mann on to punt of the way. And that ball gets booted. And that is a boomer. That's going to go down to about the 18-yard line. And that's where that's going to get returned out to about the 25. So that was Lucky Jackson there on the return. And yeah, that was a 53-yard punt. 53-yard boomer of a punt there. It was negated by about a 12-yard return. So, but that is the first punt for either team, actually. So, take that for what that's worth. We got a timeout at 10:27 left in the third quarter. Vikings are well on top of the Eagles, 23-3. Eagles really just not showing up for this game. Not that, again, it really matters at the end of the day because it's preseason, but it does matter because these are players who are fighting for their jobs. So we shall see where things go. So we have one more. All right, so this is our last preseason game of the season. And then we're going to be moving into. We'll have cut day on Tuesday. That's when rosters need to be down to the final 53-man roster. I put final in air quotes because roster building is never really finished. It will be fine-tuned throughout the season, but there will be major milestones. The trade deadline coming up in October. Things of that nature. As our free agency will always be an opportunity to pick up players. Alrighty. So we got 1st and 10. We got a new quarterback in who lines up under center. Is going to hand that off to. McBride, and that is going to be incomplete, or that's going to pick up about 6 there. I'm sorry. They will only credit him for 5, so it's going to be 2nd and 5 from the 30. They're showing Cooper DeJean basketball highlights. Got some major jumps there. All right, so we got, again, new quarterback lines up under center. Back in the backfield, dumps it off to McBride again. Going to pick up 2. P.J. Mustipher was there on the stop. Who's our new quarterback for the Vikings? That would be Matt Corral. Matt Corral. His hometown has no stoplights, and he would like to travel to Italy at some point, Cooper DeJean. So they're showing a couple of little facts on that. All right. So Corral in the gun, back to his left. Corral takes a snap, pressure coming, and Corral's going to get sacked immediately. And that is Ben Van Summeren. Free guy coming right in. Blown coverage. Actually, no, they just sent they sent an extra player. Ben Van Summeren gets in there and delivers a sack, and that's going to bring up 4th and 11. And that is, I think this is the first time that the Vikings have seen a 4th down in a while. I think this is definitely the first time they've seen it where they're going to need to send the punter out, and they do punt this away. So that punt is not great, and that is going to go well out of bounds, probably around the Eagles' 45-yard line. We'll see where they actually wind up spotting it, but that was not a great punt by the Vikings. That was a 26-yard. They actually spotted at the 50, out of bounds at the 50-yard line, so woof. .8:22 left in the third quarter. Eagles had the ball down by 20 points. That Vikings drive was 3 plays and they lost a yard. They net lost a yard. So took 2:05. So that is, I believe that's the first Vikings 3 and out too. Let me take a quick look here. Yeah, that is the first Vikings 3 and out. So good on the Eagles defense there, getting off the field quickly. probably have about, just looking at the time, probably going to be going for probably about another hour here. Is going to be about how long this game's going to run, God willing. Um, just in case you're plotting out your day. A little Saturday afternoon football action. Providing aerial shots of Arena Corinthians in Sao Paulo, Brazil, which is where the Eagles will play next. We will be covering that game, so we will not be on site, unfortunately, but we will be live streaming. So definitely tune in for that. Plan to tune in for that. That's going to be a exciting matchup. It's the first time that a NFL game has been played in South America, in Brazil. So McKee lines up in the gun, takes a snap, hands it off, and that's going to pick up about 4 there. So that's going to get down to about the 47 or 46 yard line. They will only credit to the 47 yard line, so it is a 3-yard pickup for Milton, was the running back. Picks up 3. So now we've got 7:50 left in the third. McKee in the gun, Milton to his left. McKee takes a snap. It's tipped at the line, incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7 with 7:44 left in the third quarter. Would be great for the Eagles to convert here. Definitely feel free to like and subscribe to Birds Nest Media. It really helps the channel out. Try to bring you Eagles content, engaging Eagles content throughout the season. Got a few things in the works here. Few stuff fell through during preseason, so sorry about that. So McKee in the gun, takes a snap, dumps it off to Milton. Milton's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. No real gain, maybe 1-yard pickup. And that's going to bring up 4th and 6 at best. They are going to leave the offense out on the field, it looks like. Yep, it's going to be 4th and 6. He picks up a yard, gets to the 46-yard line. So he got Tanner McKee in the gun. Back to his left, that's Milton. McKee takes the snap back. He's going to roll to his right. He is going to take off. He's going to pick up the first down. He's going to pick up the first down, and it's brought down around the 41-yard line. He does a little bit of a forward dive there, which, I mean, if you're something I would like to see him work on is sliding feet first, giving himself up there. But yeah, he did have the first down. So this play is actually under review. They're indicating that the play is under review. I'm not sure why. I think it was a challenge. They're saying he was down short of the 40, which was where he needed to get to, and it does look like it does look like he's down by contact short of the 40-yard line. So valiant effort there, but it does look like the Vikings will be taking over after a 3 and out. Yeah, you gotta like the effort there, though. Plays still under review. We're in a commercial break. Yeah, they are going to confirm this here. So they are going to overturn the ruling on the field. So yeah, it is now Vikings football. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 41 with 7:10 ish left on the clock here in the third quarter. So it's official. Yeah, so 7:06 left in the third. Ball's on the Eagles, or ball's on the Vikings 41. I apologize. So they line up under center. Take the snap, back, going to roll out to his right, throws, and it is incomplete. Looking for Lucky Jackson. There is a flag down, so we're going to check on this flag here. Coral, I forgot was the Vikings quarterback there. 7 minutes left in the third. We're checking on a flag. They got Andre Sam for defensive holding, so it's going to be a 5-yard penalty and a first down. So we got 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Cooper DeJean is still out there. Again, he's getting some solid reps right now. Getting some good looks. So we got Coral under center, back in the backfield. Coral takes the snap back, hands it off, and is only going to get up to the line of scrimmage. So that's going to bring up second and 10 for the Vikings. We are inside of 7 minutes left to play in this third quarter here. And hopefully this game just mercifully keeps going. So we got 6 minutes and about 25 seconds. Coral in the gun, back to his right. Coral takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. He's throwing. It is caught by Lucky Jackson and is brought down immediately by number 38, which would be Parry Nickerson, defensive back. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Coral in the gun, takes the snap. Pressure coming, hit as he throws, and that is almost intercepted. Oren Burks almost had the pick. It is going to bring up 4th and 7 from the Vikings 49-yard line, but that was almost Yeah, so he was hit as he threw um, by number 75, Teron Jackson. And yeah, yeah. Oren Burks almost had it. It was in and out of his hands as he was going to the ground. The play is under review. I think I think this might be saying like that he didn't have control of the football. I think this is a challenge here because it was ruled an incomplete pass. But there also has to be a clear recovery too. Okay, so the play was upheld, so the ruling on the field stands. So the Eagles will lose a timeout as a part of that. Um, yeah, I guess they were trying to see whether or not it was or whether or not the quarterback had lost control. But also, I didn't think that there was a clear recovery anyway. Um, yeah, so that was not good. So, um, yeah, that they didn't have enough to overturn that the quarterback had lost control of the football. All right, so we do have the Vikings on to punt this away, 4th and 7 from the 49-yard line. Cooper DeJean is going to be back to return the punt. And the kick is away. And DeJean is going to fair catch that at the 12. So the Eagles will take over, 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Again, Dave Spadaro talking with C.J. Gardner-Johnson. All right, so we got 5:44 left in the third. McKee in the gun. Back to his right. McKee takes the snap, hands it off. Gonna power forward, does get to about the 17 or 18-yard line. Maybe even the 19-yard line. They will credit him up to the 19-yard line, and that is Tyrion Davis-Price, who is back in, I guess, out to the that's a 7-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 3. So McKee in the gun, back to his left. McKee takes the snap. He's going to bounce off the, or hands it off, and going to bounce off the line and pick up about maybe 1 or 2. That's Davis-Price again, and that's going to be a 1-yard pickup. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 2 from the 20. So here we go. We got McKee in the gun. We got a back to his right. McKee takes a snap. Back, looking. He's throwing. And that is going to be caught. And that's going to go down to the 50. Down to the 45 goes number 48. That is Griffin Herbert, wide receiver. And that is a huge pickup. Big first down for the Eagles. Gets into Vikings territory. That's like a solid... That's a 35-yard pickup there. Gets down to the Vikings' 45-yard line. So we got McKee in the gun back to his left. McKee takes the snap, hands it off to Price. Price is going to pick up, let's call that about 3. Maybe 4, depending on how generous the statisticians are feeling. Gets down to about the 42. They will credit him to the 41. So 2nd and 6 from the Vikings 41 is forthcoming. We got 3:20 left in the third. McKee's in the gun. We got it back to his left. McKee. Now the back moves to his right. Takes a snap. Back looking, throwing. That is caught right at the first down marker. That is number 84. E.J. Jenkins. That's a 6-yard pickup, and that is a first down for the Eagles. So we are inside of 3 minutes left in the third quarter here. .240 specifically. 1st and 10, ball's on the 35. McKee in the gun back to his left, takes a snap. McKee throws. That is caught, and that is going to be brought down at around the 30 to the 29-yard line. Goes Milton. Kendall Milton there on the run. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 4 after the 6-yard pickup. Gets to the 29-yard line of the Vikings. So here we go. McKee takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. He's throwing. It is incomplete. Was looking for Fulsch down the right sideline. It is incomplete. There is a flag, though, so we will see what this flag is. Oh, that's going to be, that's either going to be roughing the passer or a face mask, depending on how they call it. It is roughing the passer. The Vikings got a big piece of Tanner McKee's face mask. Yes, that's Rodriguez. So that is going to be a half the distance to the goal penalty. So that is a 14-yard penalty. It's going to bring the Eagles down. It's going to give 1st and 10, obviously. Down to the 15. So McKee's going to take the snap from under center. Hands it off to Milton. Milton is going to pick up about 3 yards on that run. So Kendall Milton there. We are inside of 2 minutes left in the third. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 7 for the Eagles. So we got Tanner McKee in the gun. We've got Milton lining up to his right. McKee takes a snap. Does a quick throw, tipped up the line, but it is caught by Milton, who is going to pick up about, let's call that 1, maybe 2. Doing some Eagles schedule highlights right now. In particular, the thing to note is that the Eagles schedule ends with a little bit of a divisional homestand. So McKee in the gun with an empty backfield. McKee takes a snap, back looking, throwing. It is incomplete. He was looking for number 84, E.J. Jenkins, could not come up with it. And that is going to bring up 4th and 6 for the Eagles from the Vikings' 11-yard line. So we got McKee now in the gun. They're going to leave the offense on the field. McKee in the gun, back to his right. McKee takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. Pressure's coming. McKee he's got a defender on him and just throws it away incomplete. Couldn't put down his left foot because the McLotham was on it. Was on it like white on rice here. Was kind of like twisting the ankle, and McKee just kind of has to throw it away. Yeah, that was not great, but that is going to result in a turnover on downs. That was humorous. That was mildly humorous there. Good effort by McKee too to avoid that sack. All right, so it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 11. I think this is the worst field position the Vikings have had all game. Carl, under center, takes the snap, hands it off to McBride. McBride is going to pick up 4. So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Vikings from their own 15-yard line. So 2nd and 6. There will have to be a play run because the play clock is a second ahead of the game clock. So Carl under center takes a snap, hands it off to McBride. McBride's going to get dropped in the backfield by Cooper DeJean for a loss of 1. So that is going to bring up 3rd and 7, and that is going to send us into the final 15 minutes of play. We've got 1 quarter left. Eagles are behind still by 20. All right, so 3rd quarter started off disastrously. Definitely some good movement later on as the 3rd quarter progressed offensively. Defensively, only holding the Vikings to a field goal when the Vikings got the ball deep in our territory is promising. Just in general, definitely not one of the best preseason games, but definitely feel free to drop a comment in the chat. Love to hear from you. We have 1 quarter left in the preseason here, folks. Brandon Lee Gouton over at Bleeding Green Nation pointed out that the Eagles' success on this drive coincided with fans breaking out the wave at the link, which tells you about how this game is going. Do I have a game book yet for the 3rd quarter? Yes, I do. A little bit more of an even 3rd quarter. In terms of time of possession, Vikings had the ball for 7 minutes and 43 seconds compared to the Eagles 7 minutes and 17 seconds. So they were only off by about 30 seconds, which, again, all things considered with this game isn't bad. Eagles were able to force the Vikings into a 3-and-out situation, which is always good. And they were definitely a little bit better as the later on after the fumble, after the Tanner McKee fumble. Alrighty. Appreciate y'all hanging out here. Please feel free to like and subscribe. Really helps the channel out. It's 3rd and 7. 15 minutes left of play. 15 minutes left in the preseason. Carl in the gun. Back to his left. Or right. Carl takes the snap. Back. Looking. Throws. That is caught by Deshaun Jones. Or Deshaun Jones, I'm sorry. Deshaun Jones. And that is that is going to result in a first down because it was caught right around the 20-yard line. So it is 1st and 10. 14 and a half left in this game. Carl lines up under center. Back in the backfield. Carl sends a man in motion, then takes the snap, hands it off. And is going to get to, let's call it about the 29-yard line, thereabouts. 28, probably more realistically. Yep, 28-yard line is where they will credit him. 2nd and 3 from the 28, and we are inside of 14 minutes left in this game. This is definitely Cooper DeJean's day, and this is a long-awaited day for Eagles fans seeing him out there. He's done a pretty good job. Carl, under center, takes a snap, hands it off. Is going to be stopped short of the line, but not by much. Picks up 2 on that. We got 13 and a half left in this game. Yeah, it gets up to the 30. He needed to get to the 31. So it's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Vikings from their own 30-yard line. Cooper DeJean so far 3 tackles. Carl takes a snap, back looking, throwing, and it is incomplete. Tipped away. He was looking for number 49, or I believe was the number that I saw. Yeah, 49. That would be Justin Hall, and it was tipped away by Tristan McCullum. So that's going to bring up 4th and 1. So solid stop there. Gives the Eagles another chance to get the offense on the field. The punting unit comes on. And the kick is away. That is going to be DeJean fielding at the 22. He's going to get up to about the 28-yard line before he is stopped. Depending on where they credit him, it might even be the 29. But the Eagles will pick up from there. And there is a flag down, so we're going to check on this flag here. All right, so they're going to get the Eagles for holding. But it's going to be after the punt. So because it occurred after the punt, the Eagles will keep the football. Zach McPherson is dinged for it. So it is a 10-yard penalty. So it's going to march the Eagles back. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles from the 20-yard line. First and 10 actually from the 19 when we come back from the commercial break. Yeah, again, this has been Cooper DeJean's kind of day on defense. He's had 3 tackles and 1 assist so far, so that's a four combined tackles. No picks, but again, like he's been pretty well present in terms of coverage. I think there's a lot of good stuff that we are waiting to see from him when the regular season turns around. All right, so we got first and 10 now. Coming back here. They're doing all kinds of promos for the Eagles Pro Shop right now. Scott Graham and Ross Tucker all decked out. Same with Dave Spadera. We got 12 minutes and 49 seconds left in this game. So we got McKee in the gun. We got a back to his right. Now man in motion. McKee takes a snap. Back. Looking. Throwing. That is caught right around the 23-yard line. And that is number 82, E.J. Smith. So E.J. Smith getting the reception there. Eagles, again, we are just a few minutes. We've got less than a quarter left before the Eagles wrap up the preseason. They'll need to make decisions. And then they'll really begin in earnest to rebound from the season that they had last year. McKee in the gun. Back takes a snap. Throwing caught by Nichols. And that is going to be... It looks like he might have gotten enough there for the first down. Yeah, they will give him the first down there. That was a 6-yard pickup. It was a 2nd and 6 kind of situation there. So it is going to be 1st and 10 now from the Eagles' 29-yard line. We are approaching the 12-minute mark in this game. 12 minutes left to go. McKee in the gun. Back to his left. McKee takes a snap. Back. Looking. Going to roll out to his right. Going to keep rolling. Going to throw. And that is going to be caught, it looks like, for a first down by number 48. Griffin Herbert, the wide receiver. Potentially for a first down on that. Yeah, they will give him the first down. He gets up to the 40-yard line. So that's an 11-yard pickup. And we are at about 11:25 left in the game. McKee in the gun, back to his right. McKee takes the snap. Back, looking, throwing. Caught by E.J. Smith. Down around the 45-yard line there is where he gets tripped up. That's going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Eagles. We are at about 11 minutes left in this game here. McKee in the gun, back to his right, and somebody jumps off sides, and that is going to shut this down and give the Eagles some free yards. Yep, they got Carter on the neutral zone infraction, so that is going to be that's going to move the Eagles up to midfield and give them a first down. So some free yards there for the Eagles. 10:58 left in the game. Only downside to that is it stops the clock. McKee takes a snap, back, looking, throwing, and that is going to be caught and is brought down, but that's a big pickup there by Rogers. Number 47, Armani Rogers there. Guy who blew the blocking assignment on the fumble. Has a big pickup there, and you can see Dallas Goedert, his fellow tight end, is excited. McKee in the gun, back to his left. McKee takes a snap. He's going to roll out to his right, and he's going to throw incomplete. Looking again there. It looks like for looks like he was looking there for Rodgers. Could not find him there. No, he was looking for. I apologize. He was looking for Austin Watkins. There. So yeah, no, incomplete. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Ball's on the 32-yard line of the Vikings. And we are at about 10:25 left in this game. So McKee's in the gun, back to his right. McKee takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. He's going to throw. It is going to be caught behind the line of scrimmage. Picks up about 2. And it goes number 38 there on that, which is Lou Nichols. Yeah, so Nichols picks up a couple there, makes it a 3rd and long situation, 3rd and 8 for the Eagles. 3rd and long. McKee takes a snap, and that is going to be caught by Ainias Smith. That is a 1st down. And that is going to put the Eagles at 1st and 10 at the Vikings' 19-yard line. So that is a 12-yard pickup. McKee's in the gun now, back to his right. McKee takes a snap. He fakes a throw, then he's going to throw it over to Nichols. Nichols is going to go down to about the 10-yard line. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 1 situation for the Eagles. 2nd and 1 from the 10-yard line. That's a 9-yard pickup. So McKee's now in the gun. 9 minutes left. McKee takes a snap. Back looking, throws incomplete. Looking for Ainias Smith, could not find him. He was double covered. So 9:01 left in the game. 3rd and 1. Ball's on the 10-yard line. Eagles knocking on the door. They've knocked on the door a couple of times. Can they deliver? Can they find the end zone? McKee in the gun, back to his right. McKee takes a snap. Hands it off to Nichols, who's going to lose about 4 there. So it's going to go back to the 14-yard line. And that's going to bring up... it's really going to... They're crediting him to the 13, so it's really a loss of 3. But it's a 4th and 4 situation, which is not great. Not what you wanted to have happen there. That was just bad. All around. Bad play call. Bad running. 4th and 4. McKee in the gun. Back to his right. McKee takes a snap. Back looking, throwing, and that is tipped and intercepted in the end zone. And that's going to... They're just running around, and now he's going to take the knee and... interception. So Eagles knock on the door and then turn the ball over. Awesome. Yuck. All right. That was Joseph Ngata who tipped the ball. So it was like in his hands, tipped up, and incomplete. And it was intercepted. And so Joseph Ngata has now had 2 balls hit his hands, and he couldn't haul them in. Incompletion the first time. That happened in the first quarter. And then he This one results in an interception. Joseph Ngata is 0 for 2 in the passing game, or in the receiving game. He has been targeted twice and has been unable to catch either ball. Not a good day for him. 8:14 left in the game here. The Vikings will get the ball at the 20. So it's going to be 1st and 10. Ball on the Vikings 20-yard line. Coral under center takes a snap, dumps it off, and is going to get dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Goes number 36 for the Vikings. I'm sure I'm reading that wrong. Yeah, number 36, Ibrahim, up to the 18-yard line. Okay, 2nd and 12. Carl takes a snap, dumps that off, and it's going to be another pickup there. So gets up to the 24-yard line. Ibrahim, 24, or gets up to the 24. That's a 6-yard pickup. Nickerson was there on the stop. So that's going to bring up 3rd down for the Vikings. We are inside of 8 minutes left in this game, probably around 7 at this point. Coral takes a snap and is going to get sacked. Gets sacked around the 15-yard line. They will credit him to the 17 with forward progress, so it's going to be 4th and 13 for the Vikings. Yeah, we are inside of 7 minutes at this point now. So, okay, we are at about 6:28 left in this game. And the Vikings are going to go ahead and punt this away. And that's going to be fielded around the 32. And that is Anais Smith on the fielding, and that gets up to about the 45. So, pretty solid return there. The Eagles will have the ball at this point. That was a 14-yard pickup, gets up to the 47. So we got 6:11 left in the game here, and the Eagles have the ball. Once again, relatively short field. We'll see if they decide to do anything with it. But that Vikings play, 3 plays, or Vikings drive, 3 plays, loss of 3 in total. It did churn 2 minutes off the clock, which is great. Yeah, we got about 6 minutes left in the game, and hopefully those 6 minutes move quickly, because this game has not been anything really to write home about. Let me know what your thoughts are in the chat. Love to hear from you. Any players that stand out? Anything interesting? Good or bad? Love to hear from you. I'll check in with Eagles Twitter. Tanner McKee is now out of the game at this point, so we're going to see Will Greer with 6'11", with the final 6'11" in the preseason. We'll also see the third string offensive line coming in. So we will see Anam Dankwa and Lakin Vakalahi. Lakin Vakalahi. Aneem Dankwa, by the way. All right, so Greer going to take the snap, hand it off, and that's going to go all kinds of nowhere. Hands it off to Milton, and that's a loss of 2. So, woof. All right, so 5:40 left in the game. Greer in the gun, back to his right. Greer takes the snap, back looking, throws, caught. And that is going to get into Vikings territory down around the 49-yard line. So it's a 7-yard pickup. They'll actually credit them to the 48. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Eagles from the Vikings' 48-yard line, inside of 5 minutes left in the game here at this point. Greer takes a snap, does a quick dump off to Anias Smith. Smith's going to get about a yard shy. Gets up to the 44-yard line, so it's 4th and 1. So you got about 4 minutes and 35 seconds left in the game here. Clock is moving. Eagles have 2 timeouts. Greer in the gun, back to his right. Greer takes the snap, back, looking, throwing, overthrows number 43, Fulsch. And that is going to bring up a 1st and 10 for the Vikings from the 44-yard line. So Vikings will get the ball back, and that's, God willing, that's going to probably do it for the Eagles at this point. You can already see fans starting to leave. Eagles Hall of Fame. Again, inductees will now include LaShawn McCoy as of later this season. So we got Coral under center, takes a snap. Does a quick pitch over to number 36, who is able to run and pick up the first down. Ibrahim, brought down by Tristan McCullum. So now we're inside of 4 minutes left in the game here. Vikings have all 3 timeouts. Carl under center, back in the backfield. Carl takes the snap. He's back. He hands it off. And that's going to be a pickup of about 2. Gets down to the Eagles' 43-yard line. So it's 2nd and 8. About 3.5 left in the game. Clock is moving. 3 minutes and 15 seconds ish left in the preseason before the Eagles get ready to head over to Sao Paulo, Brazil. Carl under center, back in the backfield. Carl takes the snap, back, looking, throwing. That is going to be caught behind the line of scrimmage, gets up to the line of scrimmage, and gets forced out of bounds, maybe a yard shy of the line of scrimmage. That does stop the clock at 2:59. That would be Jashawn Jones. It's a loss of 1, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 9. 2:59 left in the game. 2:59 before the Eagles head off to Brazil. Carl in the gun, back to his left. Carl takes a snap, back looking, throwing. That is caught, and staying in bounds, number 82, Jashawn Jones. That is going to be about a 5-yard pickup on the reception. Brought down by Stevens. Sean Stevens, one of the corners. So we got 2.5 left in this game here. So on August 27th at 4 p.m., the roster needs to be down to 53 players. 24 hours later, the Eagles can establish the practice squad. So Vikings are out to kick. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. They drill a field goal. It was a long field goal. I have no idea why they felt the need to kick that one. But yeah, snap, hold, kick is up and good. So the Vikings tack on another 3 points, and they go up 26-6 with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in this game. So the Vikings will go on to kick this one off. And hopefully the Eagles are at least just able to hold the football until the game is over. Because I'm not expecting them to do anything. They really didn't do anything at all this game. This was not a game to remember. All right, the Vikings kick this off. It goes into the end zone for a touchback. So Eagles will get the ball to start at their own 30. Will Grier coming back on. 2:15 left in the game. Will Grier, 2 for 3 so far in this game for 11 yards. Tanner McKee, 13 for 21 for 115 yards. Kenny Pickett was 6 for 9. Grier in the gun, back to his left. Grier takes a snap, back looking, throws, caught by Anais Smith, picks up about 3 there. That is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So we have 2 minutes left in the preseason, folks. 2 minutes of football left in the preseason. And the Eagles are well behind the Minnesota Vikings. They will probably lose. They will lose this game 26-3. But yeah, number of good things. Again, this was Cooper DeJean's day. This was our first opportunity to look at him. Really liked him. Number of other good things here. Again, the defense was really good at applying pressure to the quarterback. Really, really thrilled with that. Offense really kind of spun its wheels a lot. They were able to get a few good drives together, but really just couldn't punch it in, which is definitely disappointing. You would have liked to see the Eagles find the end zone at some point over the course of this game, and I know we have 2 minutes left, and they still could, but the fact that the Eagles right now are losing by 23 points, not great. Otherwise, the secondary does have some areas to improve upon. Yeah, Nolan Smith. I will say this: Nolan Smith has not been, or Nolan Smith has been in a lot of the defensive snaps throughout this game. I don't think he's in them anymore. I haven't seen him a ton, but he's been in, which it is something of interest. But yeah, the Eagles won 2 of their 3 preseason games, and that's not bad. Quick look around the league here. The Green Bay Packers defeated the Baltimore Ravens 30-7. So our opponent in Brazil is looking forward to Brazil at this point. Every other game is either at or inside of the 2-minute warning. So Houston is at the 2-minute warning on top of the Los Angeles Rams 17-15. Detroit is on top of Pittsburgh 24-17 with less than 2 minutes left in that game. And then the Carolina Panthers are on top of the Buffalo Bills 31-26 with 1:19 left in that game. So there's your around the league update, so to speak. Definitely some more. There's still some more football to be played in and around the league. So you can there's definitely other football games as well, other preseason games. Dallas and the Chargers are taking each other on at 4:00. The Giants and the Jets and the Jersey Bowl are set for 7:30 tonight. Cleveland and Seattle are playing each other at 10:00 p.m. Eastern tonight. Tennessee and New Orleans are playing each other tomorrow. Arizona and Denver are playing each other tomorrow afternoon. And then the New England Patriots and the Washington Commanders round out the preseason. Will Greer in the gun, back to his left, takes a snap, back, looking, throws. That is caught. Gets up to about the 35-yard line, maybe a little bit more depending on where they give him forward progress. The Carolina Panthers have defeated the Buffalo Bills 31-28. Yeah, they will give them up to the 35. So it's 3rd and 5. Greer in the gun, takes a snap, back, looking, throwing deep. Could not find Armani Rogers, and that is going to be incomplete with 91 seconds left in the game. So that's going to bring up 4th and 5 for the Eagles. We'll see what they decide. They are going to leave the offense out on the field. So we've got Will Greer in the gun, back to his right. Greer takes a snap, back, looking. He's going to try to take off and gets tripped up well behind the line of scrimmage. That is a sack. That is a loss of about 3 there, and that is going to hand the Vikings over the ball. So it is going to be 1st and 10 for the Vikings from the Eagles' 32-yard line. And if I'm the Vikings, I'm just taking knees. And if I'm the Eagles, I'm letting them. Because we got 1:26 left in this game. So there's no reason why anybody should be doing anything else. Yep, the Vikings are going to line up in victory formation. And they take the knee. So we're just going to let that clock run out. 1:15 left in the preseason. Final 60 seconds of the preseason here, folks. All right, and they take a knee. They got to take one more knee to round this out here, just because of how the timing pans out. Final 20 seconds. And they take a knee, and that will do it, folks. Clock is winding down. Nick Sirianni heading out to... he's jokingly calling a timeout, which I would string him up for. But that is going to do it. He goes out and congratulates the Vikings on that, and that is going to be a final score for this game. The Philadelphia Eagles fall in their final preseason game to the Minnesota Vikings, score of 26-3. So, the Eagles will be on to Brazil in just a couple of weeks, and I know I'm looking forward to that, and I'm sure that many of you are. We will bring you that game here on Birds Nest Media, and in addition, we will have a number of other things going on. We'll probably do an episode surrounding the roster cutdown day, so definitely keep your eyes peeled for that, as well as a few preview episodes. So I'll probably catch up with some folks, but otherwise, just thank you so much for hanging out with us here and on these preseason games. They've been fun, varying degrees of fun, so to speak. But yeah, it's been a great week, and Eagles Eagles regular season football is almost here. So thank you so much for hanging out and for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe to Birds Nest Media because that'll help us all out. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Joe Donahue, and as always, let's go Eagles.